This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Ping.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spiritual Psychic. I'm Sarah Wiseman. Today we're talking about how does intentional releasing help us. Now, we've all had the experience of things releasing without us wanting to release them or without being ready for them to release. So this might be an example of we lose a job or we lose a relationship or we have a big health issue that causes changes where the universe kind of steps in and says, you know, you've been hanging on to this one for too long. And it's time to let it go. And because you haven't been able to let it go, we're just gonna do this for you. I'm just gonna do it for you. And so instead of being able to grasp this thing, it's sort of taken out of your hands and there's nothing to grasp anymore. It's released for you. And of course there's suffering involved in this kind of releasing. We usually feel shocked and we usually feel extremely chaotic and distraught. It's something that we were grasping and then it's gone, and it's quite a big to-do. It really is a disruptor that happens and allows us to look at other parts of our life. So that's when the universe steps in, and this is usually kind of a last resort. But what happens when we decide to release things of our own accord, when we intentionally release things? And this comes after, and again, we're working from the book, Messages from the Divine. We're working from the book, and we're on lesson 54. So here's the book's talking first about misbeliefs. This is done first by recognizing the misbeliefs you carry, and then by simply determining that you wish to become free. You do not need to experience the full process of healing to become free. Simply hold the intention of freedom. As soon as you wish to become free, you are. So this idea of going directly as spiritual practice and making a tally or making a list or becoming aware of these places where you are holding on to misbeliefs or you are holding on to wounds or pain or hurt or anger, or just holding on to these things that don't help you. They kind of self-sabotage you actually, but you're holding on really tight because you're afraid, well, what if I let go of that? Then what would I have? If I let go of that habit or that belief or that pain or that suffering, if I let go of it, I wouldn't know what to do. And so the universe invites us to do this intentional releasing and to radically release all these things, all this pain and suffering, and most of all the not knowing or the being afraid that if we release it, what will happen? And this is where this, the common phrase, when you leap, the net appears. When you radically release all that pain and suffering and you step into the unknown, you step off the cliff, you step into the mystery, you are taken to places that you can't even imagine from where you are right now. From where you are right now, just grasping onto that pain and suffering, you radically let that go. And you do this just with your own intention. I release this pain. I release this suffering. I release this habit that causes me pain. I release this relationship that causes me pain. I just release it. I just say no more. I choose to go to another place. I choose to see what is there outside of that grasping. And the minute you say this, and you can say this right now, I release all this pain and suffering. It happens. And that's what the thing about the universe is. It's instantaneous. The minute you say it from your heart, even if you're afraid to say it, I release this pain and suffering. I release pain and suffering from myself. The minute you say that, things change. It's very interesting. Instantaneously. This is the universe responds to our heart, which is where the soul resides. What we do with our intentions is profoundly effective. And when we release, as the book says, thus you become free to experience your true essence. The essence free from pain and suffering, because that is who we really are, is beings of light. I am Sarah Wiseman, and you will find me at sarahwiseman.com.